Hi everyone and welcome back. Vanessa here from So Lulu Rask. I just thought I'd pop in and have a wee chat with you today because I've got quite a lot of stuff coming up, quite a lot of plans. So first off, I thought I would share a little vlog of a few bits and pieces that have coming to the sewing room recently. So first off is a little piece of fabric that was very kindly gifted to me. And I've communicated with Alison quite a lot. I've done collaborations with her, and obviously I attend her Sew Virtual on a Tuesday night. Well, we have a similar style. We are similar build, but definitely have a similar sort of love of fabrics. And when she came across, she brought a little piece of fabric for me because I'd commented on the sweater that she'd made. She had some left over and she brought it across for me, which was so sweet. As I say, I can't remember if I showed you this, but I'm showing you it again because, you know, I think it's worth showing it again. And it is this absolutely gorgeous sort of caramel and tan animal print. It is a stretch, so it's a jersey, but it's a very silky jersey, almost like a viscosy feel. So there's about 1 metre on this section. It's very wide, but then there's also this section. So on its own, if there's not enough there to make a top, I can do, as was kind of the plan, to copy Alison and make a Drew sweatshirt, because I've actually got some black viscose jersey, which is very similar weight, that I could use and do the collar blocking and do the Drew sweatshirt with that. So stay tuned to see how that all pans out and what that eventually becomes. The other thing that came into my sewing room, very kindly gifted to me, was a pair of leggings, which sounds a little bit odd, but if I explain why, it makes sense. So at the Crafty Clyde, who, if you haven't, I'll pop a link, please pop over onto Instagram and follow her. She's not on YouTube yet, but she is on Instagram. You may remember I did a collaboration, maybe about 3-4 weeks ago now, with Alison and also with with the Midnight Panther print from Beyond the Pink Door. Well, if you haven't seen on Instagram, at Crafty Clyde, does a lot of sewing, but she also does a whole range of creative things. And recently she has been presenting and producing her own textile designs. She's learned how to change her, drawings, digitize them, create the most fantastic patterns. And it sounds easy, but it actually isn't. I studied textiles a few years ago, and the creative mind that is required to come up with an original, unique design is one thing, but then actually creating that design appropriate to then print onto fabric. It's about placement of the design, it's about scale. It really is quite in depth. But Em has nailed it. She's created a few different designs. Now one of them is currently exclusively exclusively available from Beyond the Pink Door, and that is her Tomato Party print. So pop over, I'll leave a link, pop onto Beyond the Pink Door and have a look at that. And there's a few bases. I know there is a cotton lawn, I think there's a canvas as well, so great for things like bag making, cushions. But she's also done a few different ones that have just been, I think, more for herself. Just in case you forgot or hadn't seen my other one, she did Tortoise Garden, which was this one. Now I bought this one straight away. This is actually on a cotton jersey, and this is Clyde, her beloved tortoise, hence Crafty Clyde. So I have that one, so I am a big fan anyway. And then she brought out a design called Pretty Deadly, and it is gorgeous. and is more than meets the eye. So what I'm going to do at this point is hold up the leggings. Now I will pop some photographs in of me wearing them as well in a minute, but I just want to show you the leggings. So these are a sport legging. So this is like a proper athletic jersey, so it's nice and slinky and stretchy, and they are very stretchy. So these were made up for her, and M is not a size 18, she's just a wee thing, well, wee compared to me. So she reached out and said, you know, these have been made up by the company, would you like them? And I was like, oh, absolutely. And this is the print. If I do that, actually, because you're going to get much more of it. So you will see the background, and I'm not sure if it's coming up so well there, but it's a beautiful deep aubergine colour. And then you've got all of this plant life and the bird there. You know, and it just looks like a really nice, pretty, girly design. But there is more to it. Everything on these, every flower, every plant, every herb, the bird, all of it, they are all poisonous. And I think that just sums it up pretty deadly. So you have that beautiful contrast of the beauty of how they look, but knowing that they're all going to get you if you don't watch out. So here's me wearing the leggings styled up. Now, I'm going to confess the tunic and the shirt underneath are not me mades. They are purchased from the shop that I work at, Seasons in Clitheroe. But for this, I knew how I wanted to style this tunic when I bought it, but nothing was quite right. And then when Em said about these, my vision came to life, and that's why I'm going to be wearing these leggings pretty much as tights to wear with this tunic, because I think they just go beautifully together and they are so comfortable, and I just absolutely love the design. So that was another thing that came into my sewing room. Yeah, my husband was starting to get a little bit frustrated at having to keep getting up and answer the door to Mr. Postman, because he's been a few times this week. To be fair to me, the leggings were gifted. These are the two items. One of them was pre-ordered back in the summer. The other one was pre-ordered back in beginning of September, something like that. It's just unfortunately they all start to arrive at the same time. So I've already unbagged this one. Now this is a very special one, and this is me preparing for Vlogmas, but also because I quite like a good advent calendar. And this is the advent calendar for the Dahlia Society. If you've not heard of the Dahlia Society, Dahlia Society, you have to emphasize the so, because if not you just get flowers. This is a beautiful sewing website. I think she's just outside of Melbourne in Australia. She has the most gorgeous fabrics. She loves to showcase local pattern makers, designers, and she does a very lovely advent calendar every year. So this year I treated myself, and obviously it's come over from Australia, so I've had to wait for that. But I haven't actually unopened the box. So let me just, obviously it's all going to be wrapped up inside. So let me just get into this. Let's have a little look together of what goodness is in here. Oh, cute! Look at this. So let me try and hold that together. And it says, warning, contents are full of sparkle. So I'm trying to not do the big rustly thing. Let's see if I can, there we go. Just gently pull that back. And inside, now this is a 12-day advent calendar as opposed to the 24. So when it gets going, I don't know if it's going to be the 12-day run-up or if it's one day and then the one after. I also have, which will be coming out probably in the next couple of weeks, this year's Beyond the Pink Door advent calendar. Now I am a So Inspired ambassador for Beyond the Pink Door. However, that does not include the advent calendar. I purchased this advent calendar, the one for the Beyond the Pink Door, myself when it went on to pre-order. So irrespective of me being a brand ambassador, because it was before, before I knew that this was all happening. So that, when it comes, is just purely, I bought it because I wanted it, because I absolutely love Andrea's goodie boxes that she does. So I had to have the advent calendar. It's excuse me, it's a 12-day advent calendar as well. So what I might do is interchange them. So rather than having a day of nothing and then 2 on the day, I'll maybe just interchange them. But I'll just quickly lift it up so you can see, and there's all the 12 there, wrapped up in all different little cute little Christmassy bags, ready to go when the time comes. So that was another thing that came into my sewing room this week. So far, not an awful lot that I can actually be sewing, except this. So I might actually just leave that here, because it might be easier for me to work with it. So this, now I will put a link at the bottom, but I think there is only one colourway left of this. This is again from Andrea Beyond the Pink Door, and this is the Julia sewing kit. I'll pop a picture here of the Julia. It's an Atelier Jupe fleecy sweatshirt throw over, and it was paired up with this. So if I take the bits and pieces out actually, so you can see a bit better. With this, and I'm hoping that the colour comes up. It's a really, really nice dark mossy green with flecks of oranges through it. It really is a 3-dimensional colour. If I bring it right in, there's a little bit of like a really pale cream, and then all different shades of this sort of orangey. But if I grab that bit there, that's the selvage edge. You can see that's the orange that's coming through with this, and it's really nice and snugly cozy. If I get it open on the inside, and that's the inside of it. And yeah, it's actually, it doesn't look like it's going to be very comfortable, but it is actually very soft. So that's the fabric, and it's paired up because, as you'll see with the Julia, it has quite a deep placket with poppers, and it can get a bit bulky. So what Andrea's done is paired it up with some of her fine baby cord in, for this one, a matching mossy green. Now this baby cord, I will link to that as well, because Andrea now has 25 different shades, as she says, pretty much the entire colour range that the supplier makes she now has, and I can confirm it is very soft, very drapey, and very lovely. So that comes with it. In the bag here are all of the findings. So there's also the anorak poppers, and interfacing, elastic, and the thread. I opted to go for the thread as well, just to make sure. I do have some of that colour, but it's not a Gutermann thread, and to be honest, my machine is quite particular. She does like Gutermann, so I thought for a project like this, better that I use. Now, if you can just about see here, this little pink, that's a QR code to scan that puts you to Andrea's sew along for the Julia, which is fantastic. I didn't actually have the pattern, so I purchased the PDF, and I had Andrea print it out for me, so that's all ready to go. And I know it isn't particularly cold here at the moment, but over the next little while I know the temperature will drop, so I now have that nice little cozy set, and I don't think it will take particularly long to make up. I might alter a few things because, as you can see, if I show you again the line drawing here, you'll see that it has a thick elasticated cuff and also a thick elasticated waistband. I personally don't like that look. If I stand up and show you, I'm actually wearing the Sally sweatshirt here at the moment. This is very old make, and it has like the straight arms and just a self cuff, but also at the bottom it just has, you know, it's like it's just straight down. And just for my sort of like build, shape and style, I prefer that. So what I think I will possibly do is have a look at the body of it when it's, you know, I've cut the pattern or the paper piece, have a look and see how it sits, what the length is, and I might either just extend a little bit or add like a curve hem at the bottom. And I think I just won't put the elastic in the cuffs and just have it, you know, like free at the bottom and the things. But yeah, I'll get on and get that made quite quickly. But yeah, that's quite a lot of bits and pieces to keep me going because, as ever, you know, I don't have enough things to be getting on with. But this one is going to tie in quite nicely with another vlog that I'm going to be popping out this week, which is my plans for the made to measure challenge as part of the Busy Bee Sewing Challenge that I'm doing. So it's the final month, November. I haven't actually been on yet to let you know what's happening and what I'm thinking of, but after this one I'm going to record that video, put it out, and this one should hopefully tie in with my plans for that, colour wise at least. So anyway, I'm going to wrap it up there. That's all I wanted to pop on and say, just so you know that I am still here and keeping you up to date with all of the things that I have got, and hopefully you're going to be as excited as me to see what's in the advent calendar, because I really enjoy seeing everybody opening up their advent calendars through December as well. It's really bizarre. It's like voyeurism for sewists. But yeah, that's me. Hope you're all having time to do some sewing, and I will see you back here soon. Bye for now.